I'm still breathing hard. I just got done with a really fun workout. It was a fun one. I needed a fun one. I needed like I call it like a sissy version of a CrossFit workout. Not dangerous, but you know, a similar style. I won't do the dangerous moves, but I'll do other things that are, you know, compound movements, squats, push presses, overhead presses, dips, pull-ups, along with other things like jump rope, throwing in stuff like that, cardio-ish things like there's these things I like to do. I'm not very good at, but I like to do them when no one's around. They're called I think they're called burpee broad jumps, I think, but I don't do them as a burpee. I do them more like a push-up. I don't do burpees. I don't do things that really wreck my body, and burpees wreck my body. So I do like push-ups instead of burpees. So whenever I do stuff like burpee, pull-up, I'll do push-up, pull-up. And I don't usually do one. I'll do I'll do a few, and then a few, and then a few, and then a few, just to keep things, you know, just to keep things from getting too wild, you know? It's easy to get wild doing that stuff. So I try to keep it, you know, keep form good, you know? So when I do that, with the broad jump thing, I do a push-up too. More so than a burpee. And then what else do I do? Step ups on a box. I do all kinds of different things for like conditioning. But I like to throw even stuff that I don't do, like conditioning stuff, like squats, presses, dips, pull-ups. I throw those in there just with body weight and low weight on the squats and low weight on the, you know, presses and stuff. Not nothing dangerous, you know. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm glad some people, you know, someone walks by. I'm not really somebody who likes to talk to my phone. If somebody sees me, I tend to like hide my phone. I don't want to look like a fool, even though I've made thousands and thousands of videos with my phone, thousands of videos, but I just don't like it, you know. Anyways, man, these are the kind of videos I like to do. These are the ones I'm going to do here. This is how I'm going to do it. This is the way I like it. Just turn on my phone after I'm done working out and just start saying something that someone was talking to me about earlier, or the day before, or the day before, or the day before. So what makes me feel so good, because you got to understand something. I'm a real person. I'm a real human being. I'm a marketer. I make my living online. This is a business for me, but this is not my main business. This is like one of my last businesses, to be honest with you. It's the most important. It's the most important to me. It's the one that is about sharing my obsession with perfection, my obsession with reversing my own age. And whatever people can take from it and apply it to themselves, because look, I'm not seeking to sell whatever the latest fad is to people. I'm seeking my own perfection, and I'm sharing it. So there's no way I'm saying anything that I'm not doing, or I'm going, you know what I mean? It's something, whatever it is, it's what I believe that will make me closer to being perfect and living forever. That's the way I look at it. I know very few people will look at things that way. Very few people are programmed to just go through their day because they have to, man. People got to get up and got to go to work. I've been that person for most of my life, man. Just this last handful of years, I worked my butt off. I worked, and I don't talk about it here, but in some of my books and some of my stuff, man, or in some other things that I do, I've taken myself to extremes to be able to have the life that I have right now, and it can go any minute. So, you know, I can be back in the real world. I know how it is. I worked in masonry. That's my trade. Masonry, hardcore masonry too. Hardcore, not backyard working with Grandpa Joe masonry. Hardcore commercial masonry. That's what I did from my entire adult life until my early 30s. But when people can take something, I'm not saying people need to go all the way and try to be reversing their age or try to, I wish that though, but I understand that people just can do what they can do. And plus people are everything that's being told is man, it's backwards, man. Most of it is flat out completely wrong. Whenever people find, like, if people that talk to me, I'm someone who I don't preach to anyone. I really don't say much to anyone. I'm kind of an isolationist with social skills and with common decent courtesy for people. You know, I respect people. I give people the utmost respect. But I like to be to myself. I feel it betters me to just keep people a distance from me and be courteous to them and be nice to them, but just don't. It keeps me on the straight and narrow, doing what I need to do, you know, according to, you know, I'm seeking really, really, really high things. So, you know, I tend to just be like a lone wolf person. I've always been like that. But I'm even more so like that now. And so I don't go around telling people anything about anything. I encourage people. When people tell me stuff about diet and about stuff like that, man, no matter what it is, it could be the most backwards thing, and I will encourage them. I don't go and say, well, you know what? Hey, I do this and I do that, and I know this and I know this, and no, I don't do that. But if people ask me stuff about me, if they find out how old I am, they find out that I'm going to be 42 years old, they see what I can do. They see that I'm like a 20-year-old and I'm 42, and I'm like a athletic 20-year-old. What they think, and they don't know that I've been 320 pounds. So I don't even hardly say that, because it's not fair to say that. Even though I should start saying that more. But it's not fair, because I was 270 pounds, being able to squat 500 pounds, run stadiums. So that's not that far from you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's 50 pounds, but it's not. Some people 320 pounds, they're on the verge of, you know, they're really killing themselves. Not that I wasn't. But it was a lot of water. It was beer. It was beer weight, you know? It was beer weight is what it was. I was drinking like a fish. I was an alcoholic. So, but when people, whenever they you know, they want to talk about food and stuff, and they want to be like, oh, you know, they'll think I'm like doing something diet-wise. And they always, every time, man, they always, whenever they throw in like their guesses or something, you know, it's always something like some type of a low carby thing. It's always like a keto, or are you on keto, or are you on, you know, this low carb thing? And man, 80+ % of my calories come from unprocessed carbs, and 60+, sometimes 80 come from fruit. So well over at the minimum every day, 60% of my calories come from fruit, and sometimes my calories can be 80% from fruit. That on those days when my calories are 80% from fruit, my total calories from carbs, from carby foods like unprocessed carbs like oats, rices, beans, potatoes, it would probably be like 90%. That would be more of a vegan day for me, plant-based vegan day. When my total calories are you know, over 90% from carb foods, and then a lot of that would be from fruit. But on a regular day, 60% easy from fruit, and 80% from carb foods, and my bare minimum of fats that I need for hormone balance, and my protein just goes along with it. My protein goes along with everything. I don't pay attention to my protein, but I only eat really about 50 to 75 grams of protein a day, and the animal protein comes from eggs, and my protein's low. I mean, it might go over 75 sometimes, depends on how much I eat, but that's all with fruit and rices and beans, and you know, if I eat beans, my protein's gonna go up a little bit. Like right now I'm eating beans, so my protein goes up a little bit. Not much else really changes. Whatever protein's in, you know, there's not much protein in stuff like rice, and there's a little bit, especially if you eat a lot of it, but you know, some people will be like, well, that's not complete. Well, my complete protein comes from eggs. Eggs with the occasional seafood, as in like oysters. I go with that's how I do it for the humane side of me. I go with oysters, clams, stuff without a brain. Then when I really think I need something else, it's a fatty salmon, and it's got to be fatty. It's not one of these farm-raised salmons without fat in it. I look for the fat. When I choose salmon, I'm looking for a good wild-caught salmon, and I'm looking at the fat grams because I want high fat. That's what I want that salmon for. So, other than that, it's just eggs. 2 to 6 eggs a day, and my testosterone's around 1,000 and for 42. And I'll keep saying this, man. I know I'm like a broken record, but I gotta. This is all important stuff, man. When I was 39, my testosterone was 619, which isn't low for 39. And that was after I went vegan for a year when I tested. But I went vegan correctly. I really did. I did it correctly. So obviously I did it correctly because my testosterone was 619, which isn't low. And then at 41, I didn't test when I was 40. I tested at 41, and my testosterone went up over 65%, from 39 to 41. When your testosterone is supposed to go down, your testosterone is supposed to go down as we get in our past 30. My testosterone went up over 65%, which wasn't low at 619. 619 is not even close to being low. And through my 40s into 41, my testosterone went up over 65%. That's insane. That's insane. I do not take anything. Nothing. No, not even like the Tribulus, and not even the that stuff. This stuff should be what I've done should be all over. It should be on a national level to help people. This should be on a national level. I should be on the damn like Good Morning America talking to these people about what I did to help save people's lives. I'm no genius. I've got an 8th grade education. I'm a Mason. But I understand what I needed to do. And you know what? It doesn't take a genius. All these things are so complicated. That's why they're wrong. They're wrong. All these things are so wrong. And it's just to give people what they want to hear. People want to hear this way to eat, they eat that way. So they have to hear, and everything gives people a cheat and a way out all the time. That's not perfection. If you seek perfection, you will fall short. So if you don't get, if you're not seeking perfection, you're not even gonna be anywhere near even in the middle. Does that make any sense? So that's why I say, if you know what perfection is, you will still fall short. You won't do it. But you gotta keep trying, man. You gotta keep going. And that's the only way you can get to where you're really reversing your age with everything, not just the diet, but that's the most important thing. But with lifestyle, mindset, and the training is last. Watch the video and the video on either on my Facebook page or on the trailer right here, that 2.5 hour long video. I give the gist of it. I sugarcoat it a little bit to try not to lose anybody that comes and sees this thing through my books, because I don't know what kind of people that, you know, not everybody gets me. So really it's more hardcore than that. So if you watch that video, know that it's more hardcore. I try to keep things a little bit, you know, and I'm more hardcore. I'm more hardcore. I just want to make it to where it's like, it doesn't sound like unreachable. You know what I mean? Because it's simple, man. Simple. That's what bothers me. You know, and I get I'm an animated person. I know that doesn't come over well on the internet. Rehearsed, just monotone style with music in the background and edited videos, and that's what comes over well on the internet. I understand that, but I still have to be me, and it's hard for me to like contain myself sometimes and not get all antsy and get all like, you know, annoyed whenever I start thinking about all the fake lies that are out there. And a lot of it's purposely done that way because it's about money. But it's not my dogfight. My dogfight is between myself and myself. So I do understand that is not my dogfight. It would be nice if it was someone's dogfight who's on a really high level, but my dogfight's between me and making myself continue to progress and reverse my age every day. It's got to be done every day. I'm going to go to sleep here in about 6-7 hours. And when I wake up, I'm laughing because it's like 11 o'clock. So I work in the middle of the night. I work all day. I work 24 hours a day. So that's something, you know, that's another thing. That's a whole different thing. A whole different thing to try to keep yourself, you know, you know, but the world is meant to, everything tears us down, man. Everything is like, no matter what you do, there's something there that's supposed to like tear you down and rip you apart. No matter what you do. So if you want to make the life that you don't have to be in the rat race, and you don't have to have a 9-to-5, well, you got to work 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, 366 days a year, and your mind has to be on it even more. Otherwise, you lose it, and then you go back to the rat race, and then you deal with that. So there's always something, man. It's crazy, man. That's why I understand totally people. And then people are hearing all these things, man. The low carb thing is just absolutely... Processed foods is what it is. Processed foods. And the thing is with the carbs, it's unless somebody is already at a level of unless someone's like a diabetic already, you know, like if somebody is just out of shape, the bad fats are going to be worse. Not saying that the bad carbs are good, but what I'm saying is it's even wrong that way, because it's the bad fats that are going to be, they're more calories, and also combining bad fats and bad carbs. That's not good either. That's one or the other is better than both combined with bad fats, bad carbs, processed carbs, bad fats, or too much fat. Let alone, see, too much fat is what people who have metabolisms that are, you know, they're damaged. Too much fat is where the fat gets stored. It's not the carbs. The carbs come into play when someone's a diabetic. Even bad carbs. So that's even wrong. Unless they're always talking to diabetics, and they're not. They're talking to people who are just out of shape, dad bod, soccer moms on the internet looking for ways to figure out how to eat junk food sometimes. That's what they're looking for. And not have to work out and not have to change their lifestyle and just kind of like make things easy and just, okay, I'm eating this. So, I mean, ultimately, some things may make them lower their calories if they change the way they eat, and that's fine, but it doesn't last. It doesn't last. And then they're trying to find a way to eat junk carbs. People are trying to find a way to eat junk carbs. And then they'll blame all carbs. So they'll lower their fruits. They'll lower their fruits. That way they could eat junk. And it's not... Man, you could eat fruit until the cows come home. You could eat fruit until you puke. And your body's going to reject fruit before your body starts storing the calories from fruit as fat. I'm telling you right now, you can't eat it. You could eat more calories with fruit than what you can eat with all these other foods that you put fat on, and your body would burn it. And your body's not going to allow you to eat 10,000 calories of fruit unless you're me. but like most people, they're not gonna be able to eat. I'm not saying I can eat 10,000. I might be able to though, but I can eat thousands. I could eat 5 easy. I could eat 5,000 calories of fruit in a day. I don't know, 10 would be rough. I'd probably puke. I'd be puking, yeah, for sure. But I could do 5, like especially with watermelon. I could easily eat 2 15-pound watermelons. In the summertime, I do it a lot of days. I eat 2 of them, sometimes even 3, with my regular food. That's a good 1,000 calories per watermelon. If I eat 3, it's 3,000 calories for watermelon. Plus I eat other food, so I don't know, 5,000 from fruit. If I only ate fruit all day, that'd be tough, man. I don't know. I might puke before 5,000. I don't know. I don't count. So I don't know. I have to think about that. But I could probably do 5,000. 10,000 and I'd be puking my guts out. So see, your body's not gonna. And then the volume of it. The volume, Some people probably think I'm not. Some people probably don't believe me that I could eat 2 watermelons. Like in the summertime, I do it all the time. I don't always do it, but if I feel like doing it, I do it. If I feel like, oh man, I'm eating watermelon and salt. Because if you don't eat processed foods, you need salt. You got salt all your food. Sodium is life. Sodium is, sodium gets bashed too, man. Sodium and good carbs from real food, unprocessed carbs, sodium and unprocessed carbs are life. They're life, man. Potassium too. But if you eat unprocessed carbs and you eat a lot of fruit, you're getting your potassium. And all your other electrolytes, you don't have to worry about the other ones, you don't have to really worry about them if you're eating a lot of fruit, because you're going to get them. Your potassium, people are potassium deficient. Most people are potassium deficient. If you're eating unprocessed foods, you got to add salt to your food, because you will not get enough sodium. You will not get enough sodium. So, as far as the way I think about things, I can go, okay, well, in a time when how are people getting their sodium? In a time when there wasn't I don't know, how are they getting salt? You know what I mean? I like to think of stuff like that. How are they getting their sodium? Because you don't get it from food. So I don't know. They're getting it somehow. In a time before you can go to the store and buy sea salt, iodized sea salt. I get iodized too, because that's something people are deficient in too. So I'll leave it at that. It's a long video. Anybody that watches this, I thank you for watching this, and I'm telling you, when people get what I'm saying, man, and when people want to apply even percentage, even like a small percentage of it, really, I'm telling you, you should strive for perfection. Strive for perfection, and don't hang your head when you fall short, because you will. But that's going to better you in every way of life. Watch that video. Watch that video. Get back to me. Go to my website. Message me. When people, I'm telling you, man. Even when that just motivates me. When somebody, and it takes hundreds, even thousands of people before one person, before, like with my books, it takes thousands of people. If you're seeing this from one of my books, let me know. Can you give me a review too, please? But it takes thousands with books that I have that are free. Thousands of people for just a small handful, maybe not one, but like a small handful of people to be like understanding what I'm doing, what I'm talking about, and know that I'm the real deal. I'm the real deal. I want to look at. I've been trying to figure out for years where is the next Jack LaLanne? Where is our generation's Jack LaLanne? Because there's none of them, and that's not my dogfight, like I said. But what's out there is it's all garbage, man. It's all garbage. And then you got a bunch of people on steroids just to look average, man. Just to be able to go to the gym and look a little bit better than the average dad bod and soccer mom. They're doing harmful things to their body because they're making a business out of it. And that's what people see visually. And man, dude, these people, I'm 42 years old. I'll be 42 here in a couple months. And my insides, according to my blood work, it's the blood work shows everything. My testosterone is 1,000. It's around 1,000. It'll be up and down a little bit, but it's around that. My testosterone's like a young male's. My life, everything is surrounded by that, and it's all completely because of me seeking perfection and understanding what it is, doing steroids or even a little bit of testosterone to look better than the people that I'm trying to sell to is not perfection. That's last resort. So many people want to do that, and that's last resort, I'm telling you. And it's just, I don't know, man. Where's the Jack LaLanne, man? I'm looking for him. And who knows? I might even try to want to be the Jack LaLanne. I should be, to be honest. I know. I mean that I'm saying it about myself, but I'm not lying. What I've done and what I'm doing and what I do should be national, and people should be able to, it should be to help people. People, they should prop it up to this. Look at this. Follow this right here. Simplify your life. Seek perfection with your diet. Overhaul your lifestyle. Mindset. You have to overhaul your mindset. Most people do. Most people do have to do a complete overhaul on their lifestyle and their mindset. Those are like really two hard things for people to come to terms with, is changing their lifestyle and their mindset, because that involves like taking things away that are entertaining and stuff like that. So, and then the trainings last, which is the training is what most people are like interested in because it's entertaining, right? Although they might not be interested in doing it if it's hard, but they're interested in paying attention to it. That's what gets people's attention, is like watching somebody train or something, right? When really that's the least important thing, because it can kind of be whatever you want it to be to a certain extent. Unless you're trying to, unless you're going for the testosterone maximization thing, then there's certain things you got to do. But just to like reverse your age and for longevity and stuff, you don't have to do all those things that I do. But ideally working yourself, and also, man, I'm at a higher level than somebody who's. That's not a bottom level beginner things. There's a progression that could take several years. So, anyways, I will let you go, And anybody that sees this, I will talk to you later.